Hi everyone, my name is Jinay Mudumani, and today we're doing the can and cave experiment, or shall we call the science behind the can crushing experiment. For this one, you're going to need a large bowl of ice water and a Coke can or something similar like Crooks can, 8 tongs, a gas stove, and lastly, 1/3 cup of water. It is important here because we are doing to be dialing a boiling water, and you have to very careful, so please only adults should do it. The first thing you want to do is fill your can with 1/3 cup of water. Next, put it on a gas stove. Since we don't have a burner, so we use a gas stove. And set a timer for 5 minutes. Now, while we wait for that to heat up, let's talk about air pressure. Air pressure is the force exerted by the weight of the air over a given area. When you have a high pressure environment, like if you heat air up, those fists become energized. They punch faster and more frequently. While in a low pressure environment, it's like slow-mo. They punch weaker and less frequently, right? Well, it becomes really interesting when you have a container of air where the air pressure inside of the container is different than the air pressure around it. One really cool example of this is when your ears pop. Now, in the middle of your ears, there's a pocket of air. And when the air pressure inside the pocket is the same as the atmosphere around us, nothing happens. We have equilibrium. The air fits inside your ear are punching at the same strength as the air outside of it. But what goes on when you go to take an elevator ride to the top of a building, or you hike to the top of a mountain, or you get in a plane and you ascend into the atmosphere? All of a sudden, the air pressure outside of your ear becomes lower than the air pressure inside of your ear. We can feel the pressure build up in our ears. In fact, that pressure building up is stretching our eardrum, and when that happens before that pressure is released, all the sounds that we hear are really muffled. It's because our ear isn't working properly. But at a certain point, those air fists, they're punching so strong that some of them escape, and we feel that release of air, that sudden release of air as our ears popping. Okay, we're ready. I'm gonna turn off the gas stove and grab my tongs and flip it over. So here's the result. So as we can see the result, it's so amazing. So let's talk about how that happened. So first, we put water in our can, and we put our can on the gas stove and turn it on high. That started boiling the water that was inside of our can and creating water vapor that started rising and pushing out most of the air that was inside of our can. Then, we took our can, which is now mostly water vapor, turned it upside down in this water bath. What that did was the cold air made the water vapor condense back into liquid. And remember, we pushed out most of air. So, what we've done is created a virtual vacuum. So now, the air outside of the can is that heavyweight champion that punching really hard on the outside of the can. We have a low pressure environment inside the can and high pressure environment outside the can. And because of that, we crush our can with the power of air. And that is can cave experiment, or shall we call the science behind the can crushing experiment.